Smile, James. Not the end of the world, but it is the end of the podcast. Hey. Everything's set up. We're using the iPad today. That'll be fun. We're filming because we're doing the whole thing with the UGN fakes, who are also filming. We're having to make a little video, which we're filming now, obviously, and we're also shooting on iPhone.
My iPhone.
And then on a little cheap £4 tripod. We're still using this broken ass shit right here. Good, and the mic's taped on with a belt. That's all good. So we're MacGyvering that shit tonight.
Yeah.
But that's just normal for us. Mixing desk set up.
He's not actually online though.
No, we're not actually talking to him
yet.
yet.
Shouting at
Yeah, using the iPad today because we got our notes on there, and we're going to be unveiling some interesting little things like we're going to be doing in future, which I'm sure we'll find out about very soon. So we got some beers. Beers are always good. Yeah, especially when dealing with the UGN fake, you got to get a bit liquored up to deal with them, haven't you? Ho Garden.
And welcome to Games4all podcast. I'm your host, Aaron, here with the rest of the UGN crew. To my right here I have
Josh.
And then to his right,
Van.
And with us, we have our special guests, special important guests, the regular hosts of your show, Daniel Young, James Craigie, and Michelle Berry.
Hello.
She's the one in the middle.
There's a need for that. Okay. Yeah, hello. Hey.
How's it going?
Thanks for having us on our show.
On your show.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the 100th episode, the final episode.
Yeah.
It's all going to come to this.
Yeah.
So,
kind of, yeah.
It might get emotional. There might be some tears.
It could be, yeah. I mean, James has got some Kleenex next, so I'm not really sure the reason for that.
That's for later.
It could be if you...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Or if I get bored.
Yeah. You guys have a guy reading comics, James just whacks off in the corner anytime the boredom sets in.
Where's that guy?
It's like when they pan out in the pornos, there's that one guy that's just over there. Okay, never.
Fixing the copier.
Yeah.
I'm glad we took it there. But,
Yeah.
Anyway, since this started out as a game show, and most people who listen to your show probably listen to it for two reasons. One, because Dan's a sexy beast, and two, because it's about games. See, we're going to talk about some questions and answers, and we're just going to you have some fans, they have some listeners, sent you in some questions here, and they want to know some things. Okay. So, first and foremost, how did you guys get started?
Well, I mean, if you want to go way back, I mean, you and me met at school.
Yeah, I worked out to about 17 years ago.
Oh, don't say that. Jesus Christ, I feel really old. We met at school and we kind of had similar interests. We liked video games, and I think at the time I was kind of into some anime and stuff, and you're into that kind of stuff. And so, that's kind of how we met. And then I think I went off to college. I did some media production and popular music courses and stuff like that. So I've got a background in video and audio and stuff like that. And then kind of around 2005, I started doing some shows in my bedroom, podcasting and that, and because at the time I was probably about 20, 21, and I was still living with my parents. It seemed like a cool new medium to get into, and started doing a show with a friend of mine called Simon, where we play unsigned bands, local bands and stuff on almost like a radio type show, and that was fun. I did a few podcasts for bands and stuff that I was in, bands that I knew and things. And then I think in 2008, I kind of spoke to you and said that I had an idea that we should do a video games podcast.
Yeah.
And you were like, nah. You didn't really want to do it because I don't sound good and that kind of pissy ass shit. So he wasn't really up for it to begin with, but I was kind of talking around. He's like, because at the end of the day, we talk about video games pretty much
quite sort of deep, cerebral discussion.
No, most of the time we talk about video games, and we kind of figured, well, we could record this and it would be a show. So we recorded 5 shows in 2008 between September and December, but none of that ever made it online because we were too cheap to fucking buy web space. And somebody else said, "Oh, I've got those web space. You can post your podcast with it." Oh, yeah, fine. Yeah, that never happened. So we kind of gave up doing it in the end. And then it wasn't until 2010, nearly 2 years ago, that we decided we'd actually do it and we'd do it properly and kind of fucking make a go of it, sort of thing. But I still remember, like 2008, we were talking about games like Fallout 3 and Dead Space and the Little Big Planet beta and stuff like that. Yeah, and Spore and shit like that. And it's kind of like, it's funny because I don't have those recordings. I wish I'd kept them, but the show pretty much hasn't changed.
No.
It was still the kind of what we've been playing, format, news, that kind of stuff. So
me saying totally the wrong thing.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. All that kind of... Yeah, so the show really hadn't changed since then, and kind of wish I'd kept those recordings, because it would have been interesting to go back and hear them, but that's pretty much, how the show got started, so...
do you ever go back and listen to any of your old episodes just to kind of see how you did and see what you talked about, things like that?
A little bit. I mean,
You do more than I do.
Well, I've had to, for the purposes of this episode, a fair bit lately, but occasionally. I mean, earlier we had a conversation about a title of one of our episodes, and usually we title them on something somebody said in that episode that was stupid or funny or whatever. And we were trying to figure out who said the thing. So I may go back and what was it, like MacGyver's School of Butchery or some shit. Somebody said that randomly, and we just
sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, So like we couldn't work out who said it, but so I might go back and listen to that one. But I don't really go back and listen to specific episodes. I don't think really. I mean, like I say, over the last kind of 4 weeks or so since we've been preparing for this episode, I've kind of had to go back and kind of listen to some stuff. But yeah, the show's changed a little bit since then. Yeah.
So how would you compare the early days to like your later years on Games4all?
Well, infinitely better.
Our
first show, I was actually playing Red Dead Redemption as we were recording it.
Yeah, it was a little hard to get you to concentrate.
Yeah,
I remember it well.
I was so nervous because I do not like the sound of my own voice. I never listen to old episodes.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, with you now, from when you first started, we can't get him to shut up.
Yeah, there's different.
Yeah,
I try and keep you in line a little bit. Editing kind of helps, but there's so much you have to kind of do sort of while you're there recording. I think the main difference is kind of sound quality. To begin with, in 2010 when we decided we were going to do the show and make a go of it and stuff, we didn't really kind of think, hey, maybe we should kind of save up some money and buy some good equipment and shit. We're just like, hey, fuck it, we've got these rock band mics, we can use those. They're USB, we'll just plug those in. They served the purpose, they work, but it didn't sound amazing. So I think the first 7 odd episodes, we were using the rock band mics to actually do the podcast with, and then we've moved on to some slightly better mics.
I remember after the first episode, we decided I definitely needed to invest in a pop shield.
Yeah, that's something we bought fairly early on, was the little pop shields and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we have toyed around with the format a little bit, tried to sort of fill gaps and stuff when there's been very little news and things. At one point, we were doing things where we had like a topic to talk about at the end of the show. We pretty much scrapped that after so many weeks. So there was a lot of trial and error. But I think overall the kind of shows, one thing that's different from the early days is less editing. I think we're able to kind of do a show where we don't have to cut so much stuff out.
We've got our shit together.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I think maybe you've decided, there's no point trying to edit out.
Yeah, there's
all the shit
some turds you just can't polish.
No.
Yeah. So.
At some point, you made the insane decision to partner up with UGN. How and why did that come about?
That's funny because Josh asked me this question like 3 weeks ago. I remember now, and I didn't get around to answering the question. So that's kind of cool. We so I think it's like March of last year. We did a whole revamp of our website, and as part of that, we kind of embedded a load of shit in the site that was like stat collecting and stuff like that. It went to other sites that tallied up your stats, and you guys were on one of these sites, and you were the only other podcast ranked in our category. I forget what the thing was now, but I'd check it and say, oh, we got so many hits today and this, that, and the other. And then UGN was popping up too, and it was the only other podcast in the top 20 thing. So we were like, oh, let's just check this podcast out, and listen to I think you were like episode 3 or something.
Yeah.
Like really early on. So we listened to that and we were like, well, I mean, like, you guys didn't really know so much about it at the time, but I listened to it.
I got introduced to it later.
Yeah. I was like, I like the show, you know. We kind of had this idea of, we played like 20 seconds of music during the break, and it was kind of like we wanted something else to go in there, and we thought, well, why don't we just partner up with somebody else and
get them to fill our space?
Yeah, it's not just like do promos and stuff back and forth, you know. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of the whole thing there. I mean, I contacted you guys and
don't choke.
All right, mate.
Fucking hell.
And
fucking spray it.
And we were happy to jump aboard. So.
No, we were. It was great. It was just really random, though. We were like, "How the fuck did they find us this?"
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just pure. I think it's meant to be, dude. To be fair, I don't know. Like it.
No.
We just found you guys, and we thought, yeah, these are the guys to kind of partner up. Because, like, you know, I'm not the biggest comic book or anime guy, but I appreciate those things, and I have been into those things in the past. So, like, I enjoy listening to the show you guys put together, and it's funny, and you know, go on.
I have this theory that Craigie might have had a lot to do with. I know Craigie, like, you know, he digs a lot of that shit, right?
Yeah, I do. So when I heard Underground Geek Network and what you did, I was like, oh, I could get into this. And listened to a couple of the shows. I'm like, yeah, we should do business with these people. These are my kind of people. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit, Dan. Let's get some of my
Yeah, that's true. No, it had nothing to do with you there at all.
No, absolutely
That's
nothing.
the ironic thing about it. Yeah.
You were kind of like, oh, I want to partner up with these people. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I remember actually, you emailed me back, Aaron, and I showed James the email that you sent back. It had like a promo in it, I think, and all James said straight away was like, "Oh, Aaron T, that's a cool name." I was like, okay, maybe you should listen to the promo.
I think the day I knew that it was official was when I saw one of your guys' videos, and I think, Dan, you had a Dignation shirt on.
Yeah.
A Green Lantern shirt on.
And that's pretty much us.
And I was pretty much like, well, they're pretty much the British version of us, so I guess that's it. I guess we have to do this, right?
I think
one thing that came to light that you guys didn't realize when we first made contact was that I'm actually part British as well.
Yeah, freak, yeah.
We're kind of linked up, you know?
Yeah, no, scary.
Yeah, I can relate. So you guys started off as a two-man crew, Dan and James, and then you added Michelle later. How did that change things? How did that work out?
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about you now. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, that was actually wasn't a big jump for us because Michelle had always kind of been part of the show, really.
Hiding behind the scenes.
Yeah, you just kind of like you've been there helping us out. Like if we needed someone to hold a camera to film James puking in a bucket, you were there. You know, which we'll get to. But like. Yeah, I mean, anytime you really from episode 1, you were helping to kind of promote it, saying like Facebook and stuff, kind of like, oh yeah, you know, check out this podcast.
Yeah, I was always
trying to like
Twitter
get some more exposure and stuff for us, and that was kind of cool. And then like just little things like say when we went to MCM Expo and things like that, we needed help with like the audio and stuff. We couldn't do it all ourselves, not really in the way we wanted to do it, and so we kind of needed you to help us out and. You were more than like you know happy to do it. So
we had T-shirts made.
Yeah. I mean, and in the end, like it's just the little things like that, like making T-shirts and you know all that kind of stuff. And I think in the end, we kind of just decided, well, we tried to talk you into coming on the show before.
It kind of took me a while because you know I'm not a very talkative person. It does take me a while to come out of my shell, and it did kind of it did take me a while, especially when you were off. For that time.
I knew it was going to be tough.
So I was kind of like, shit, okay. But it just takes experience. Takes time.
Yeah, after a while you got used to it, and you're cool with it. I mean, the thing is, it's like I say, it wasn't really a big jump for us. I mean, it might have been for the listener or whatever, but we've been trying to get on the show for a while, and we eventually kind of talked you into it.
Yeah.
I think you kind of got sick and tired of being sent to the bedroom every time.
Yeah,
that could have been it. Go
to the bedroom.
So that was just kind of it, really. I mean, and I think by the time you'd done so many shows, you got into the rhythm of kind of talking to nobody or whatever, talking to us. You kind of just got used to it, and it's been great. It's been great having her on.
All right, so over your 99 episodes that you've had, has anything stood out to you? Has anything kind of like, does anything stand out in your mind that you can just instantly jump to and think about?
Halloween special.
So many things.
The specials, I
Halloween
think.
special.
Yeah, well,
anytime we do anything different is...
You call those the James hiding behind shit special?
Yeah. Yeah, they're usually released on Shit Your Pants Tuesday. James is a Pussy Monday, things like that. Yeah, no, I think the big thing for me is the Halloween specials and things like that. More of the video stuff we've done, because audio's kind of easy to do. You kind of just set the mics up and hit record and do the thing, and the editing's simple. With the video side of it, there's a lot more to it. We found there's a lot more planning involved with doing something, especially with the Halloween specials and that. Selecting the games. It took us probably... You right there, Josh? That's going in, by the way.
Let's continue. Sorry.
Okay, anyway, yeah, with the Halloween specials, that took us probably about 10 whole months of fucking planning to get this for the second one at least.
It took you 10 whole months. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, well, we kept in the dark, but no, the Halloween specials definitely, because they were a lot of fun to shoot, not for you, but
no, not for me at all.
A lot of fun to edit and to watch back, and I think they've got the most downloads of any videos we've done. So, and then the other thing, I know I'm talking about video a lot here, but the retro specials that we did, the 2-part retro special, we had a fucking lot of fun doing that, because it was like we were stumbling across games that we'd forgotten about. You know, like, you forget about a lot of shit because so many games and that, but like we were like doing the research for that and the background on it. Just unearthing these like hidden gems and stuff of like games that we'd forgotten about, and that was a fucking hell of a lot of fun. And we filmed it fairly quickly, but the editing took a fucking long time on that. But I think ultimately it's probably one of our best video episodes.
Yeah, those were really great. We actually hosted a short portion of those.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
from our website, because we loved it so much.
And those were my personal favorites, I think.
Yeah. I think we just kind of, I don't know why, but we really dedicated more time to those, I think. And because it's a 2-part thing, because there was so much stuff to talk about. I think looking back on it, I'm more proud of those than anything. Then there's the other stuff, like, the Project Tabasco episode.
Yeah, that was...
Maybe you want to explain some stuff about that, James.
That was kind of pivotal.
In some shit.
Yeah, pivotal to me learning to shut my big mouth. I wanted to hear who was listening. I wanted people to know about the podcast, and I kind of like said, oh, you know what, let's do something ridiculous. Let's say if we get so many emails, I'll down a shot of Tabasco, like you do.
Like you do.
Like I do. Yeah. So
last episode.
But yeah, this turned into a huge sort of campaign thing, and
the thing is, you underestimated how far I'd go with it.
Yeah, and how much people actually hated me.
Well, it wasn't that, but like I think everybody likes to see someone drink Tabasco.
Yeah,
I don't care who it is. I mean, you said it and you're like, yeah, that's never going to happen. And the next day I was like, right, I put out a video on Facebook and we've had a fucking campaign going. And it took us like a day.
What was that
to get everything?
The one sort of poster you put, which was just a picture of me screaming from the Halloween special with a pair of chilies in my eyes. That's when I kind of knew, oh shit.
Yeah. We put an event on Facebook.
I love the fact that you started playing Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Great choice.
Musical choices is always good, but no, it's one of those things where I didn't think much about it until the event actually came.
Well, no, the thing is that like 2 days before we did it, I remember you were talking to me on like Facebook or whatever, and you said, oh, you know what, maybe your shot's not big enough. Maybe I should do 2 shots. I was like, okay, fill your boots, mate. No, hang on, maybe I should do 3 shots. I was like, okay, why are you doing this, you fucking moron? And then you're like, no, I tell you what, this should be better. I can do a single, a double, and a triple. I was like, you realise how much Tabasco sauce that is?
I literally bought 2 bottles, and you basically had 2 bottles.
Yeah, you pretty much drank the whole, like 1.5 bottles of Tabasco sauce, I think.
It didn't stay down though.
No, yeah, true. It did not stay down.
But yeah, we're yet to unveil the sequel of that, where I snort a line of paprika. Don't joke. No.
The campaign's on Facebook tomorrow.
That's right, James.
No.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
So, keeping that in mind, that huge mistake that you made, James,
yeah.
Is there anything going back that you guys would have changed or made different in your show?
I think I would have liked to have done more games nights, maybe found a way of doing them so there was less kind of us kind of just staring at the computer.
Yeah, I know. Some of them were a bit awkward, but I don't know. I think for the most part we did okay.
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah, that's the thing. We've got some announcements to make soon that may tie into that, but yeah, game night was something that we probably could have done a little bit more often. Tried harder to kind of perfect a bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of very thrown together in the moment, sort of thing. Oh, let's just do the Batman thing, or let's just play this game.
But, you know,
I think for us it was kind of more important that we get the videos out as soon as possible after the game came out.
Yeah, I think that's what we were trying to aim for, but maybe we should have held back a day or so and maybe
took time with it.
But
you basically you've you know, from episode to episode, you have gradually, you know, thought of ideas and made it better, which probably made it harder to think of, you know, new ways of.
Yeah,
but you know, it was pretty structured.
Omitting Ustream was probably a big step too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we tried that whole thing because the idea was it was Game Night Live and that, and it kind of worked for the kind of first two that we did. I think the first one was Homefront. Then we did like the Gears 3 beta. I forget what the next one was we tried to do. But we had so many issues with Ustream trying to like stream everything. We had issues with fucking gameplay lag and everything like that. So we'd be like talking about, oh, it was fucking awesome, and then shit would happen like 5 seconds, 10 seconds later. So it was kind of like, it kind of felt a bit dumb doing it that way. So in the end we kind of decided, well, maybe we won't do it live, we'll just kind of film it, just edit it so it's real time, and kind of cut it, edit it a bit so that it's kind of the best stuff. So that's kind of what we did with that. But I think it would have been good to do more of those. I think, you know, and perfect that a little bit more. I wish we'd kind of got more guests on the show. Yeah. And interviewed more people, because we have had, obviously we've had you guys on the show a few times, and we've been on your show and that. So, but we kind of wish we'd sort of maybe just kind of contacted people in the industry or something, and got people on as guests to talk about stuff. I don't know, maybe that would have been more interesting, I don't know, but that's little things like that we would have liked to have done. Yeah.
So, you kind of said that you might have some future announcements. Is there anything you care to kind of share right now with us about any kind of future plans with you guys?
Yeah, we've got quite a few things to talk about. No, yeah, we obviously, this is our 100th episode. It's our last of the audio podcast. We're going to be taking the website down, and we're going to be kind of reformatting everything to a blog. So we're going to have a Tumblr blog, and everything's going to be posted on there. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to be putting out content. We've got some plans for future stuff. We're going to be doing because E3 is just around the corner. It's next month, and we're going to be doing a video for that. So we'll be posting that on a blog and on Facebook and on YouTube and stuff like that. So we'll still be putting out videos. We've actually got plans to do a few more game night videos, because there's still a lot of great games coming out between now and the end of the year. So we'll hopefully do a few of those when we can get the time to do them. At the end of the year, we'll be doing like a 2012 end of year review, and I can officially announce now that we are planning our third and final Halloween special. We have no idea what we're going to do next year, but chances are it's not going to involve James, and enjoy it, because it's probably never going to happen again. Ah!
Oh, wow.
So we can look forward to sweet, salty tears from James.
Yes, right. You can look forward to that, yeah.
So basically what we're going to do this time with it is that it's going to be live. We've kind of worked out a way to do this with Ustream now, so that it will actually work out, but we're going to do it live, and it's going to be like a 5-hour fucking broadcast. So it's going to be fucking interesting. I've already got all the games picked out and everything. So
to hopefully a live chat.
We're going to hook all that up, so it's all So we're really looking forward to. Obviously, October's a little way away, but like we're going to do it on Halloween and everything. So hopefully, obviously, it'll be recorded as well. So if you do miss it, you know, you'll be able to fucking watching the next day or whatever, we'll maybe like record it and put it on fucking YouTube or something, or on Facebook. So that's pretty much our announcements. I mean, we're going to be doing stuff from kind of next month all the way up till the end of the year, and then we've got future plans for another show. And I can't talk too much about it because obviously we've got a lot of ideas going on at the moment, some of which probably won't happen, but we've got plans for a video podcast we're going to launch next February, and it's going to, we're going to talk about video games and a bunch more stuff. You know, we're going to open it up a bit because I think that's one thing we really restricted ourselves on.
Broaden it.
Yeah,
we make so many references to like films and TV, and
and that's something we'd like to include talking about and stuff. So, so that's kind of what we're going to do there, and obviously there's nothing set in stone with that yet. There's still time to plan it all. That's all we can really talk about on that front at the moment. But yeah, should be good. I mean, obviously our Tumblr blog, the Games4all.tumblr.com, is pretty much going to have all the announcements on there. So if you're on there, you follow us on there, or follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4podcast, then you'll get to hear about it. So yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward to that.
So it's safe to say that the emphasis is going to be video.
Very much so. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to need some more t-shirts.
Yeah, it's a good point. We need to get rid of the fucking crack then as well. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So this being the 100th episode, and you guys making it pretty far, is there anything that somebody starting a podcast you think that you feel they should know? Any tips or advice or anything like that?
Yeah, don't do it.
Mainly for us. We need all the help we can get.
Well, basically, like, it's, I don't know. I mean, like, I've been doing this since 2005, and I still don't know everything. There's still a lot to learn for myself, but I think, like, working out what you're going to do is the most important thing, and by that I mean kind of looking at other podcasts, seeing what they're doing, try not to rip that off too much, and trying to if you've got an idea that's similar to somebody else's, try and find a way to fucking do that differently, or put your own spin on it, so that people aren't just going to go, there's fucking hundreds of gaming podcasts out there, and that's the problem. We kind of needed to try and do it our own way.
If we'd actually got in and got those 2008 episodes online and managed to start from there,
we might
have been
we might have been in a better position now, but like it's tough out there. I mean, like you need to have a decent show that's going to stand out, otherwise you're just going to be sinking money into something that, alright, it might be gratifying to yourself, but if you really want people to listen to it, it's got to be different, it's got to be kind of fresh. Other than that, I mean, audio stuff's easy enough to do. Video stuff's where it gets complicated. With audio stuff, I think the thing to do is not get too caught up on audio quality so much. I think if you've got decent content that people want to hear and want to listen to, they're going to overlook the kind of, say if you're recording on a laptop with just the microphone that's built in, you can still put together a decent show. I mean, it's, with a bit of editing, a bit of music here and there, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't sound amazing from day one. It's something you can work on. And the other thing would be that, obviously, like, podcasting's a free medium. Don't expect to get paid. Don't expect money. It's not going to happen. Don't expect groupies. Well, maybe.
But do expect a lot of work.
Yeah, it's hard work if you really want to do it properly. But
especially if you're the one editing it.
Yeah, true, I guess. But I mean, any other advice really? I mean,
don't be afraid to kind of deviate and go off on tangents and just sort of...
Yeah, it's somewhat, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you're a listener, if you're downloading it for free, you don't want every episode to be totally fucking different from the last, because people will tune out if it's if you fuck around too much. If you don't have a schedule or a routine, people might not bother. They might unsubscribe pretty quickly.
But on the flip side of that, if you keep it too routine,
you have to kind of find that middle ground on that. But
I suppose you've got to have fun while you're doing it.
Also, very important. I mean, you guys have that in spades. That's pretty awesome. That's one thing that really comes through when we listen to your episodes. You guys are fucking having a good time and shit. So, and fucking Tiger Man's there, Panda Man's there, that kind of shit. So have fun with it. That's one of the main things. But there's so many podcasts out there, and a lot of them are so the same, and some of them are really awful.
Yeah.
And you just think, oh Jesus, Damn. But no, I mean, it's tough to get into and to kind of make something of. I'm not saying we've done amazing things and we've got all these fans or anything, because we kind of haven't. The tough thing is to get people to like you and interact with you and stuff.
Yeah.
We get loads of downloads, but we have like 50 odd people on Facebook like us. So it's like, you know, it's tough to get emails. If you ask, we've stopped bothering in some ways to ask people to kind of email us in, because
there's no point now.
No, obviously, but like for every kind of 1,000 people you might have listening to, you might only get like one person actually want to interact with you. So, you know, there's that to think about as well. I'm done. Sorry. There's a bit of a rant.
I think if there's one thing that we could add in our short time that we've been doing the podcast is basically don't be afraid to, if there's somebody you want on the show or you want something, you want to contact somebody, don't be afraid to send an email or contact them, because odds are that they'll be more than open to get in touch with you and do something with you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's something that we should have done a bit more of as well. You know, gone out there and kind of, other than you guys, like fucking maybe speak to some like developers or something and get their take on some things. I don't know, it wouldn't hurt to try. The worst you'll get is a no or fuck off or whatever, exactly. Yeah, exactly, you know what I mean? So
I mean, an email is all it takes, so
yeah.
And don't be discouraged if they don't get back to you, obviously.
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
There's other people out there, and just keep doing what you're doing, and if you're enjoying it and it's paying off for you, and more one or two people listen to it, then you're helping other people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. So.
Yeah, awesome.
So I guess our last and final question we have for you, which is for us at UGN, one of the most important questions we think on the list. At what point did you guys decide the 4 is a number?
I think probably.
Wasn't it from a comment that one of
probably
you
like
made?
Probably like 3 or 4 years old when I started. No, probably before that. I don't know. When did you start learning numbers? I don't know. We figured out 4 is a number pretty early on, and then just kind of fuck it. Yeah, that's good.
It didn't really bother us putting it in the podcast, but I think it was one of the comments that you came up in your podcast.
Yeah, then the 4 is a number.
Yeah.
I mean, that came straight from you. I mean, we
kind of stuck. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, we're just like the user letter for your Twitter. I mean, that's. We love that too. That's awesome. We kind of hope that like you guys would actually record a jingle for us, so that we could put it in our show every week.
Yeah, we let you down. I apologize.
We'll do it right now.
Good.
The 4 is a number.
Sweet. That's my new ringtone.
There it is.
So James has had a little bit to drink. Just a little bit.
And I got to slap him.
And yeah, we'll probably put some of that footage up.
Yeah, we got it on the box which takes the pictures.
The camera, yeah, okay. So we just finished episode 100 with our good friends over at UGN. They did a fucking awesome job of hosting, and we had a good laugh. We went down a little bit of trip down memory lane, answered a few interesting questions and that, and
yeah,
it was good.
There was some stuff there I couldn't quite believe that you put in there.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. It's episode 100. It's already out there, so what's the point in not putting it in? Do you know what I'm saying? If it's funny. Well.
Oh, he's crying, look.
That's why you slapped me.
So thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. We announced some shit. Another Halloween special. Sure, you probably saw the trailer for that. What else? More game nights and stuff. Loads of stuff.
We'll be back with the new project.
And yeah, that's here next year. But for now, Games4all podcast.tumblr.com. That's where you got to go to get all our stuff. And everything's going there.
You go there.
Go there. We'll be posting shit. We'll be about. Don't worry.
4 is a number.